Redeemer kids, I'm Miss Kay, one of your teachers, and I wanted to read you a story today. It's the story of Jonah and the whale. It's found in the Bible. Here's Miss Kay's Bible right here. It's found in the book of Jonah. You can see it says Jonah. And look, there's the whale. So it's found in the Bible, and that means it's true. Everything in the Bible is true. Okay, here's the book, Jonah and the Whales. Here's what the book looks like. Jonah was a quiet man who liked living a quiet life. But God had a job for Jonah. It was a very important job. And here we see Jonah just sitting here. God has a job for Jonah. Go and tell the wicked people of Nineveh to change their ways, God told him. Teach them to be good and to follow my laws. But Jonah didn't want to go. Those bad people don't deserve God's love, he thought. They deserve to be punished. I won't go. So this shows a picture of the city of Nineveh. And Jonah does not want to go because he says they're so bad. Jonah decided to run away and hide from God. So he jumped on a boat sailing to a land far away from Nineveh. Wake me when we arrive, Jonah told the captain as he paid his fare. Then he went below the deck and hid in the dark. So this shows him getting on the boat. God will never find me down here, he thought, as he drifted off to sleep. But God knew exactly where Jonah was. He could hear what Jonah thought, too. And he knew just what Jonah was up to. So here's a picture of Jonah down in the bottom of the boat, and he's sleeping. He thinks he's hiding from God. But we can't hide from God. You can't run away, Jonah, said God. And he sent a storm to tell him so. Whoosh went the wind, swoosh went the waves. Help, cried the sailors as the boat tossed on the sea. But Jonah stayed fast asleep. So this shows the storm. Look how rough the water is. And the ship is going back and forth. It's rocking in the water, and it's getting water on it, inside it. The storm grew angrier and angrier. Help, cried the sailors. Row for the shore. But the waves were too tall. Whoosh, swoosh. They crashed onto the deck and washed the oars out to sea. Throw the cargo overboard, shouted the captain. Heave ho, splash. But it made no difference. The boat was sinking. Wake up, Jonah, yelled the sailors. Pray for your life. So this picture, it shows where they're throwing the cargo overboard to see if that would help the boat not sink. The gods are angry, shouted the captain. Now we know that there's only one true God. So what they're saying the gods, that is not true. There's only one true God, but that's what they believed. Someone on board has upset them. Everybody looked at each other. Who could it be? Not me, cried the cabin boy. Not me, cried the cook. Not us, said the sailors. So here's the cabin boy, here's the cook, and here's the sailors. And they say, not me. It must be somebody, said the captain. We'll draw lots and find out who. Wait, shouted Jonah, it's me. My God is the one true God. He sent the storm because I disobeyed him. So here is Jonah, and he's saying, wait, it's me. I'm the one who disobeyed God. Remember, God told him to go warn the people in Nineveh to turn back to God, to obey his laws. The sailors rolled their eyes and shook their heads. Now what do we do? They howled. We're all going to drown. God isn't angry with you, said Jonah. If you throw me overboard, the storm will stop. We can't do that, they cried. You'll drown. But Jonah was brave. Do as I say, he said. Heave, ho, splash. The sailors tossed Jonah into the stormy sea. The storm stopped at once. So here's the sailors. They're so scared. And Jonah says, throw me overboard. So they do. And then the storm stops. Jonah slowly sank to the bottom of the sea. Glug, glug, glug. But God didn't want Jonah to drown. Oh, no. He still had a plan for Jonah. So this shows Jonah going down in the ocean. There's some starfish in the ocean. Open your eyes, Jonah, said God. I'm going to save you. Jonah opened his eyes just in time to see the biggest whale he had ever seen. Glump! The whale swallowed Jonah whole. So here's Jonah looking. Jonah looking at the big whale, and then the whale swallows Jonah. Down, down, down slid Jonah into the whale's belly. Plop! He landed on a bed of seaweed. It was dark inside. It was cold inside. But Jonah wasn't afraid. He knew now that God could see and hear him wherever he was. Even in the deep, dark belly of a whale, even there, God can see and hear Jonah. So Jonah prayed. He prayed as hard as he could. I'm right here, God, he cried. Thank you for saving my life. I'm ready to do as you ask. So here he is down inside the whale, and there he is praying. And he says, I'm ready to do as you ask me to do. I'm going to obey you now. Go tell the people, warn the people of Nineveh. Of course, God already knew where Jonah was. He could hear Jonah's prayers too. And he knew just what was in his heart. So God sent the whale to the shore. Hiccup went the whale. Out of the whale's mouth flew Jonah. He sailed through the air and landed with a thud on the beach. So there's the whale hiccuping and Jonah landing on the beach. He's okay. Then God spoke to Jonah. Get ready, Jonah, he said. Get ready to go to Nineveh. And this time, Jonah obeyed. He hurried there as fast as his legs would carry him. So Jonah's obeying God. That sign says Nineveh. And there's the town of Nineveh. He's going to Nineveh. What did Jonah tell the people of Nineveh? He told them what he had learned, of course. Listen to me, he cried. God sees everything we do. He hears everything we say, and he knows exactly what is in our hearts. If you are truly sorry and change your wicked ways, he will forgive you. What did the people of Nineveh do? They listened. We're sorry, God, they prayed. We will change. Forgive us. And God forgave them, just as he had forgiven Jonah. So here's Jonah telling the people of Nineveh to ask God for forgiveness and to change and not be so bad, not be so wicked, to follow God's laws. Here's all the people. See how they're listening to Jonah? And they did change, and they did ask God to forgive them. They said, we're sorry, God. We will change. And that's it. That shows the whale in the ocean at the back. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and They'll be written too if your parents want to talk about them. But just think about what the answers are. You can say them to your parents. What did God ask Jonah to do? Why didn't Jonah do it? Where did he go instead? And then what happened? What happened to Jonah? What did you learn about God in this story? God knows exactly where we are, doesn't he? He hears us. He hears our prayers. He knows all about us. What else did you learn from God? He forgives us, right? He knows what we're doing all the time. And I'll show you the craft that I made. I made a whale. I have 2 paper plates, and I stapled them, or you could tape them or glue them, and I have googly eyes. You could just draw some eyes, and I put fins on my whale, and there's his mouth. And you could draw a Jonah and cut it out, but I've got a doll. He's being my Jonah. So the whale goes glump, and he swallows Jonah whole. So you could have fun making that if you have some of those paper plates. Okay, I miss you all, and I love y'all, and I hope you're doing well. I miss seeing you. Okay, you guys take care. Okay, bye.